REST Framework tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss about CRUD operations. So first of all, you may get question, what is CRUD? Okay, the CRUD is something like create, read, update, delete are four basic operations we generally use it to store the data or for the persistent storage. So we can see here, C is actually stands for the create, and when you refer to the SQL query and that somewhere it is insert into the table name values of data 1, data 2 and so on. And also like read, the read which is something like select statement, select the columns from the table where conditions. The next one is update, basically you are updating the particular column data, okay, based on the conditions, that's update statement. And the last one is delete. Basically in the delete, you are deleting some data from the table based on the condition. I am going to show you something which is related to the operations at APIView and operations at SQL. Generally both are same only, but we use a different terminology. So if you look at this create operations, we use the post method, but in the read operations we use the get method, and update operations we use the put method, and delete operations we use the delete. Basically APIView is one type of view implementations which we generally use for the class-based views, and actually we use the REST services. We deal with the HTTP protocols where like we use the post, get, put and delete operations. But if you look at other side of the database, like database operations like SQL, here we have insert, select, update and delete. So insert the data, select the data, update the data, delete the data. So this is terminology is little different, but the concept is same only at the back end. So the CRUD deals with this kind of operations generally for both SQL and as well as the API sites when you talk about the programming level. Okay. Now we are going to code and see it practically how we can implement this CRUD operations in the Django Rest Framework. Okay, now I've already opened the project. So now you see that there is, we already implemented the something called retrieve operations or read operations in the previous session in the video tutorials, and there is we use the get method. Okay, so let me show you that what exactly we have done. So we have done with the get method, one is the list products, another one is the detail product. So list product is showing all the list of products which are there in the database table, and if you want to specifically show one product, then we can go for the specific one. So both are under the get. Okay, so both are under the get method only, and both are under the read operations. When you compare this CRUD operations, we actually in this previous session we discussed about read. Now there is a three other things which are pending. That's something is called create, update and delete. Now we are going to see now create, update and delete one by one. So already we have done the read operations for the all records, one single record. Now we are going to do something called create operations, but by using the post method. So I'm going to create a post, and so basically like we can take self.request and we put the colon, and we are going to take something called serializer underscore obj serializer object. So basically like we have the product serializer here, so which I'm going to take dot, and in this basically like when you're taking this, so we are going to insert the data basically. Okay, so for that we can take data is equal to, and we can use the request we already have here. It is an object request dot whatever the user is requested, that data only which we need to take into the serialization process. And if the serialize object is so we need to validate, right? User is entering some data, so that must be validated. So also we can pass something called rise exception. So by default it is false. We need to make it as a true, and we need to raise an exception if it is not valid, right? So once if it is valid, if it returns true, then what we can do, right? We can use this serialize object that is going to be saved, right? We need to save into the, okay, record or in the database, okay? So I can say that this one is the product saved, or product is equal to whatever it is. This product saved, what I can do, right? Okay, so once it is done, we need to give a successful message. So, and we can say like this, return, and use the response, which is like API response, REST framework API response. And I'm going to give simple message here, success, and okay, and after that we can put message product, which I am writing here. I'm using these string formatting. So for this, what we can do, right? I will do like this. Okay. So this one you can put it into the string. This is a placeholder, right? And created successfully. So what created successfully? Whichever the value which you are trying to add there, that value is successfully created. Successfully created. Okay, we can say that what created successfully. And this is a whole string we need to format by using the format function. Also you can also take the f strings, it's up to you. And we need to say that okay, which file, which product which is got saved, this product, and this product will have the name, so that name only we are going to take here. The name means what, because see this product saved which has the all the values here, you can see that name, product ID and all. So which name you want, which one you want to show, name. So I'm going to take the particular model column name here, just a name which we can take and save it, and this is got saved, right? So after that, okay, so this whole thing I am going to keep into the something called like curl braces. Let me put, because it is like a key and value pair. So just add. So I'm done with this. So far there is no syntax errors. If anything is there, we can fix it off. And finally, okay, I'm going to return the response. This response is the error response, right? For example, what if statement is not satisfied, if it is not valid data? So what we can do now? So we are going to send a response. This response, okay, we can use the serializer object. Okay, spelling we can, I'm just going to copy this object here. Serializer object. So it basically like errors. So we can use it. If you want to send the status also, we can send. That's very simple we can do. And REST framework by default, which is having the status like REST framework import status. So this status I can take and we can add it here also if you want. Okay, say that status is equal to, and we can say that status dot, and we have, see here you can see there is many responses here. If it is success response, we can say http 200 okay. If it is any other responses, generally we use the bad request and unauthorized payment required, so something like this. So I'm going here is the bad request, you just upload here and save this one. Okay, so already we are using the same URLs. We don't need to change anything. It is a class detailed product and it is calling the product detail view. So it is a product detail view only. We are just added the post only. So I will go to the now the application here. So if we can, this is the list product. This is not the function we updated. Basically we added the post method here, the product detail. So for only get is there, I'm going to refresh page this and you see that there is a post here. Okay, if I go and just remove it and save it and go back again and refresh the page here, and you see that, let it be refresh, there is no post here, only get we have. So the post which we added here, right, as simple as, okay, going to put here, yeah. So now what we can do, right, so we need to add some data whether really it is working or not, right. So I'm going back to here, okay, and refresh the page again and add the data. Okay, let me see this. There is a, I'm reloading it again, going back here, refresh it. Okay, now we can see this. So now I'm going to add the data here. So let me take this is just an example. I'm going to add, you can take any value here, 26. So the product ID also we can change, so 888. This is the test one, and this is 1900, which I'm changing. This is the test 66 something like, okay. So because I selected here media type is application JSON, mostly we deal with JSON type object only. So I'm going to click the post method. You see that there is some exception is coming here, that's saying that PID which is not added. So I'll go back to the screen here. You see that self dot request. If we look at the URLs, we are basically sending the uh, okay, you can look at here the parameter we are sending, obviously, right, this function when you're calling the view is expecting some parameter. That parameter we are not passing here, so we need to pass this, but we are not using this parameter, I mean this variable, anywhere in our post. So if you think, okay, this is not the right place to add the post method, you can also go and add the same code here without other parameters. So we can update the data even from the all the list products or detailed view also. It's up to you, like how you want to do it, okay. But I will show you other case as well here. So first of all, let's go back to the application. So I'm just going to run the server again. Now we can see this. So now I'm going to add the data here. So let me take this is just an example. I'm going to add, you can take any value here, 26. So the product ID also we can change, so 888. This is the test one, and this is 1900, which I'm changing. This is the test 66 something like, okay. So because I selected here media type is application JSON, mostly we deal with JSON type object only. So I'm going to click the post method. You see that there is some exception is coming here, that's saying that PID which is not added. So I'll go back to the screen here. You see that self dot request. If we look at the URLs, we are basically sending the uh, okay, you can look at here the parameter we are sending, obviously, right, this function when you're calling the view is expecting some parameter. That parameter we are not passing here, so we need to pass this, but we are not using this parameter, I mean this variable, anywhere in our post. So if you think, okay, this is not the right place to add the post method, you can also go and add the same code here without other parameters. So we can update the data even from the all the list products or detailed view also. It's up to you, like how you want to do it, okay. But I will show you other case as well here. So first of all, let's go back to the application. So I'm just going to run the server again. Now you can see the page, so I'm going to add the content here. So let me take this content and I'm going to add the new. So I'll give to the 46 and give 88 something, whatever the value which you want. And I'm just changing this one is the test. This one I'm going to make it as a 2900, and this is the test 00, and that's fine. I'm going to click on the post, and you see that success, it's successfully created, right? So the product which is successfully created, we need to see this is a test closed dynamic which is created. So I want to verify it. I'll go to the first admin screen here. So let me go and open it. Sorry, admin, right? So I give the URL admin, go to the products, and you see that there is a test closed dynamic which is updated, which is got inserted into the database, of course, right? So this is something which is called the post. So if you think, okay, can you please keep this one into the or somewhere like here in the list products, also we can do the same post, and I'm just going to take here, going to keep it here. Any issues? Yes, this should be indentation issue, and PID is not required in this case. This is a list of products. I'll go back to here, and if you can refresh the screen, and if you scroll down, you see the post method, and also you can update the data here. So I'm just going to copy this and add this one. I will say that 42, and instead of test, I will say that this one is the list test products. Okay, I'm just going to add, and here instead of 00, I will say that 1 2 3 4 and test. Okay, so it's something is like this, but this category which is, I don't know why it is not copied, might be I'm not copied well. So I'm just going to add here 5. So 5 is not there, so I think 2 we can add. This categories is nothing but product categories. So I'm just going to add and click on the post. You see that, okay, we got some error here. So let me get the details, click on it, and I'm going to add, there is some mistake which I did earlier. I'm going to add it now again. Yeah, there is so much of data, this data. So what I will do, right, XYZ, something like this. I'm going to change it, this one to the 35. So this comma which we don't need, category name you can keep it as is. Instead of iPhone, I can say this one is phone test. Okay, you can use this phone test. Okay, then simple. I'm going to click the post. See that successfully it is created. I'm going to now the products and will show you now. See the phone test charger which is created. So the point here, you can keep this post method either in the list products or even the detail. So when it comes to the detail view, we need to be very careful the parameters which you are sending over, right? So I'm going to keep it into the detail view only, or else let me keep it there only. Okay, anything is fine. Okay, so I'm moving ahead. I'm just keeping this post method only under the list products. That would be really good, right? So what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to do now update the particular product. If I want, by mistake, if I did something, some entry, I want to update it, and also later we do the delete operations. So what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to copy this entire thing. So I'm not going to write again and again. So I'm not going to write again, because why we need to do, because same code here. Instead of first, I'm going to use the put method and serialize object, and here we need to do something like some extra steps. So we need to first get the product object. So that product object, first let me get here product underscore obj is equal to, and the product. So I'm just trying to get the products from the database tables. Okay, so I'm going to use the get, and you see here I'm going to pass another parameter name is called the PID, right? Because we need to update particular product information, so that's the reason we need the product ID or PID. So we can take here and this get, and you can use the product underscore ID. So let me see if I'm correct here. Yeah, So product ID, this product ID only we are updating. Let me copy this, just paste it here, and equal to, and this PID which we are going to check. So get this PID should match with the product ID which we are, the column name which we are given. So when it matches, get that product object. This product object we can pass it here, and as simple as that's it. This object only we are requesting the data and updating it. This is a serialize object, and right, we can say that okay, this is a specific product object, serialize object. If serialize object is valid and rise exception and everything is same, instead of created I can say it is updated. See, very simple. So why reason I copied the code, I want to show you this. Very simple. We need product some ID, some based on some value we need to get the data, and after that we, as it is the process. So only this line of code which is got added when compared to the post method. Rest or all is the same, and little I changed this update successfully. So now I'm going back to the again screen. Okay, so this is on the detailed page. I'm going to refresh the screen, and you see that there is a put method. Right? If I go back here, I use the put method, and when I added the put method, obviously you can see there is a put method here. Right? So what is a put method? Basically, see, if you want to this object, or we can say this product information, if you want to change it, we can change it. For example, instead of Sony, I want to give, for example, Samsung. Okay, so I am just giving the Samsung closed dynamic, and instead of 1900, I want to say here 800. So now instead of test 3, we can say it is a S test, that means Samsung test. Okay, now I'm going to click on this put method. It says that product Samsung closed dynamic. See here, basically message is coming created, but because this, since it is not saved correctly, so I have just saved it again I'm going back to this, and if you want to add it, so this one is, this time is the 46. I'm creating new one more thing just to show you the message 6876. instead of Sony I can say, so sorry, product ID you can keep it as it is, but the only thing you need to change here, instead of Sony we can say GH. Okay, I'm going to click the put method. Okay, because now you can see when I query this 9876 which is got, because this is how the message which we can see it, but 9876 only, but the different IDs we got the data, but ID is the unique one, but we are not created the primary key on the 9876. The primary key is the 4. Okay, so primary key is ID, so that's where like we can see the data. So what I'm going to do, because see, we are updated the data. Previously it was Sony closed dynamic. Now we got updated to the Samsung closed dynamic. So for example, I want to update this ID 14. So let me go and keep it here. Instead of ID 14 is same and 9876 is same. Here I will put my name is Raja here, and I'm going to click on this put method, and you see that there is a get written more than one product, because see, as per the statement it should not be written, right? So because see, the multiple objects written under the same ID, so what we can do in this case, we need to delete the data. Just keep it this one for the delete operations, and we can do it. And I will go to the another ID and will insert this. If you want to see the list of the products, and you can click the get method here, and you see there is a list of products. For example, I want to take the 3333. So is there any duplicate? No. So I'll go to now 3333, enter. I'll come back to the previous issue. We can fix, because that can't be allowed. Okay. So now I'm going to update this for, just you can simply take and update. I don't want to keep all this big description. I will say that this one is the A, B, C, D. Okay, so rest all is same. I'm going to click on the put, and you see that product Bosch updated successfully. So why previous issue we got, when you go to this, it is because of we are updating the same product ID multiple times. So it is little confusing with this which one we need to update. So for that case, we can use the delete operations, we can delete it. So I'm going to create delete operation here. So we don't need to write this much code. We can simply write def and delete. So here delete means which specific product you are deleting. That's important. So request comma and PID, and you put the colon here, and the next one is so product. So you want to delete some product object, right? So product objects, take this product dot, basically you are deleting from the memory in the sense database. So and filter here, we pass this PID should match here, right? The product underscore ID, which is the, let me go and check the column. Yeah, product ID, which I am taking up here. Product ID is equal to this PID. Okay, just give this. Okay, and after that we need to apply the delete operations. Then only it will be deleted. It's a function, right? Till here you are retrieving the specific product, and that product you are deleting it. And finally we need to send the response. So I'm going to take the same thing, send response. So return and response. Inside this we don't want these errors and all. Status is equal to, this is if it is successful, you can say that HTTP 200. Okay, that's a successful, right? We have done. I'm going back to the product detail, and so far we have only get and put, and I'm going to refresh it, and you see that there is something called delete. Okay, so before that, previously we added ABCD. We need to check into the database, it is the ABCD is there or not, right? For which one we added ABCD, that is ID4 and the Bosch. So if you see that there is a Bosch here and there is ABCD which is got there. If I want to delete this entire record, you just click on the delete and it will ask you, are you sure want to delete this product details? Yes, we can delete it, right? And if I go back to the here, and if you refresh the screen, and you don't see it basically, right? The Bosch is deleted. So if you come back the previous one, Sony closed dynamic, this is the one thing, and this is 9876, and also there is one more is there, right? 9876. So here there is a two records. That's the reason it is little confused to update which product ID. If you want to delete it, you can delete it. And but here if I will go to the 98, I will enter the 9876 here. So when I go to this a whole thing is there. We can't delete it specifically. We entered very wrong this way. So if you want to delete it, we can delete it, and also we can check the options. Means it's like what are the operations we can apply on this specific URL here, or we can say REST services. Okay, we have the get, put, to delete. All operations are applicable here, right? So the point is that going back to the, okay, so get, and you see that there is a two IDs. If I'm going to delete, all this data will be deleted. That how we can remove this one. This is an assignment to you. How to remove, here ID is 6 and 14, but the product ID is same, but how to remove these data. If I want to update the specific one, it is not allowing me to do it. It is a small use case which you want to do it for an assignment. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, I'll catch up into the next session. So hope you understand the whole CRUD operations here, right? We have the get, put, delete, and also there is a post, and get all products, get single product, and post, and put and delete. So don't worry, this is, we are done with use of APIView, that is a class-based views. And next upcoming sessions we see that same class-based views, but different ways we can do it, like introducing the generics in the next session. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know if you have any questions.